Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about local SEO versus Google Ads and which delivers a better return on investment for local service businesses. So if you're new here, my name is Noah Igler and I help local home service people get more high-paying jobs by appearing on the top of Google. So in this video, we'll cover which form of marketing is more cost-effective, which has higher quality leads, which brings more leads, which brings more clients, which leads are warmer, which channel is better long-term, which channel is more consistent, and what is going to be more profitable for your business. So just a heads up, I'm going to be doing a daily YouTube video challenge for 2 weeks, so stay tuned and drop a subscribe to the channel if you do want to see the future videos. So just so you know, I know what I'm talking about here. I've helped a landscaping company go from invisible to practically ranking #1 overall. That brought them a bunch of money. They got 221 calls last 30 days and 51 website form submissions. I helped a house cleaning client get to almost 400 calls in January, this past January, and they cleaned around 143 houses from SEO this past month. I've helped a plumbing company go from practically invisible on Google to ranking #1 on their 10-mile map radius. This added around 140 leads every single month. So let's get into the video. What KPIs are we tracking when it comes to comparing local SEO with Google Ads? Well, new clients, new leads, new calls, new quotes, and LTV to CAC, or lifetime value to customer acquisition cost ratio. So let's ignore the vanity metrics like traffic, clicks, impressions, because ultimately you're a business owner. You don't care about this stuff as much as making money. So what is going to make you money? New calls, new quotes, literal numbers on how many jobs you're getting from your marketing investment. All right, so let's get into the comparison. So for comparing local SEO and Google PPC ads, the first thing is probably cost. So for local SEO, there's typically a higher cost in the beginning, just because you're investing money into this long-term asset, but it hasn't started performing and giving you a return as much as it will later down the line. So it's more of a cost than an investment at the start. And then typically it is lower cost in the long run, and I'll explain that in a second here. With Google Ads, it's a lower barrier to entry, so it is cheaper at the start. You could throw $1,000 at Google Ads, and within a month you'll see results. But within a month of SEO, you might not see the same results with the same budget. So it is a higher cost in the long run because the path to scaling is essentially increasing the ad spend. So it's a linear curve. So in terms of lead quality, typically local SEO or organic search has higher lifetime value leads due to the trust signals, aka Google reviews. But depending on what type of advertisements you're running, if you are doing LSA, they can see your reviews, and some placement ads can actually show your reviews. So this kind of depends on the type of ads you're running. But if we're talking about strictly website sponsored section, it's going to be lower lead quality because it's harder to really build that trust in the ads. So, number of clients. Local SEO typically will bring you less leads and less clients at the start. However, there will be a higher amount of leads to client conversion ratio simply because the people that there's trust signals. They're a little bit more warm, whereas with Google PPC, there is more leads at the start, but there is a lower conversion ratio due to it being in the sponsored section. So let's talk about the lead warmth. Well, I'm going to be honest, it's about the same. I would still side with local SEO just because anything organic is typically going to be a little bit warmer if they're actively searching for your services compared to searching and clicking on the sponsored section. So short versus long term. Well, local SEO is typically effective primarily in the long term. So it's going to be less effective short term, but once the effects of SEO compound, it's a far better play long term. Whereas with Google Ads, if you came to me and you said, no, I only want to run advertisements for 3 months and we need to crush it, while I would recommend SEO as an investment for any business, I'm gonna go with Google Ads every single time, because they're superior in the short term. You can throw money at ads within 2 to 3 weeks. You have a pretty solid ad campaign in terms of it understands your target audience. It's had the learning period, and then also the issue is with growing and scaling on Google Ads, it's going to be a linear growth path. So like we talked about up here, with SEO, they compound. It's a compounding effect. Whereas with Google PPC and ads, you just have to increase your ad spend. You can always improve the ads and get lower costs, but it's linear. And then with consistency, local SEO is very consistent. I think it's arguably one of the most consistent marketing channels for home service guys, but it's kind of the same with Google Ads. I would say they're relatively similar consistency, but it's very seasonal, both of them. So the big question, lifetime value to CAC or customer acquisition cost. How much money will it make you compared to how much money does it cost to make that money? I would say local SEO is higher LTV clients because, after 6 to 8 months, if you're spending $2K a month on SEO, you're going to be seeing an absurd amount of results or leads after that period once you're ranking. Whereas with Google Ads, like we said, it's linear. So you need to increase the ad spend, and your cost of the customer will kind of stay the same. Whereas with SEO, the CAC actually decreases over time because you're getting more leads for the same amount of budget. So final thoughts. Google Ads are probably better for you if you need results within 2 to 3 months. That being said, if you are investing in marketing and you're going to only give it a 1 to maybe 3 months time frame, I think you should really do some deep thinking on your level of patience and kind of your risk tolerance, because ultimately even the best and most short-term marketing channels like Meta Ads or Google PPC are going to take some time to warm up and to really dial in your ad set. And also, if you have an older kind of target audience, so if you're doing more like kitchen remodels or pool installations versus like basic emergency plumbing, typically people that are purchasing super high ticket stuff like this are going to be on the older side, and so they're going to be less resistant to clicking on a sponsored website. I don't know about you, but if I watch my parents Google something, my dad's going to click on the first website. He's not going to look, scroll down after the sponsored section. Whereas, with a medium to younger, like middle-aged to younger age demographic, I think Google Ads this is very negligible, but this is something to consider. Google Ads will be a little bit less profitable just because you won't get as many clicks as you could with local SEO. So local SEO or organic search will be better for you if you are patient, so you're willing to wait 4 to 8 months for really good results. If you value higher quality leads, so kind of less junk leads, less BS, and then also if you want to build your reputation on the side, so build up a review profile that gives you an insane amount of online trust and reputation. One thing to note, and this is a very, very important thing to note, combining local SEO or organic search with Google PPC or paid ads works wonders. I think the most successful home service guys that I speak to are running local SEO and Google PPC ads together, because ultimately it's best to, have multiple different marketing channels. And what a lot of people won't tell you is if you're running PPC, LSA, and local SEO, you can actually appear on the first page of Google when someone searches for your service 4 different times. So you can imagine what impact that has on your business and the amount of leads you're getting. Anyways, I hope this video was helpful. If you did find it helpful, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. I will have daily videos coming out for about 2 weeks now, so hopefully I will be dropping a lot of local SEO sauce, showing you guys how to get more phone calls and high-paying jobs. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. And if you do want my personalized help ranking your business to the top of Google and getting more phone calls and potential customers for your business, book a free consultation with me at the first link in the description. Take care.